All right, today we're going to dive into a really beautiful spiritual parable called The Hidden Path. It's one of those stories that seems so simple on the surface, but its message is so profound, it might honestly change the way you look at your entire day. So the story kicks off with this really powerful question, something I think we all wrestle with, right? That search for meaning. But what if that grand, celestial highway we're all looking for isn't some big secret? What if it's not tucked away in an ancient book or on a remote mountaintop, but it's right here, in front of us, every single day? Okay, so let's get into it. First up, we've got to meet our main character. He's this young kid named Leonardo, and he is on what he thinks is this super noble spiritual quest. And this is where things get really interesting. You see this huge contradiction with Leonardo. On one hand, you've got his prayer life. He's constantly asking, Lord, show me the path to heaven. He sees himself as this super spiritual guy. But then you look at his actual life, his day-to-day actions. He's mean to his friends. He's rude to his elders. He's just not a nice person. And that gap right there, that's the whole conflict of the story. So all this inner conflict, it finally boils over one night. Leonardo has this incredibly vivid dream, and he finally gets the face-to-face meeting he's been praying for. So imagine this. He's in this beautiful, peaceful place in his dream, and right there is the master. And Leonardo, he doesn't waste a second. He drops to his knees and just pleads, "Teach me the way to heaven." He really believes it's like a secret password or a hidden map that someone can just hand over to him. And get this, he gets a direct promise. Jesus tells him, I will give you knowledge of the heavenly road by several signs. Today. I mean, can you imagine hearing that? Leonardo is just over the moon. He's absolutely convinced some huge, spectacular miracle is coming his way, like any minute now. All right, so the next morning, Leonardo wakes up just buzzing, right? He's on high alert, looking for lightning bolts for some big, undeniable, miraculous event. But what he gets is, well, it's just another ordinary day. He was promised 10 signs, and what unfolds are 10 completely normal, everyday opportunities. And this is the key. The story is showing us that these simple moments are the significant ones. So opportunity number 1 comes up almost immediately. His dad is out in the fields working his tail off and just asks for a little help. And Leonardo, he looks at the hard work, the mud, and he's like, nah, I've got homework. He picks his own comfort over helping his family. Boom, sign number 1, missed. Then, a little later, he sees the family cow, Branquinia. The poor animal is sick and just wants some water. And Leonardo's reaction is, honestly, it's shocking. He's just cruel to this creature that literally provides milk for his family. Zero compassion. And just like that, sign number 2 is gone. Okay. And then we get to this really heartbreaking moment. A poor classmate, Orlandino, asks for his leftover snack, not even for himself, but to take home to his sick mom. And Leonardo just scoffs at him. Do you think I'm a bakery? I mean, it would have cost him nothing. Sign number 3, completely ignored. And this just keeps happening 7 more times throughout the day, the same pattern of selfishness. So you can imagine, by the end of the day, Leonardo is just annoyed. He's frustrated. He feels like he's been stood up, you know? He was waiting for the heavens to part for some huge sign and nothing. In his mind, the promise was broken. So that night, he has the dream again. He's back in that same beautiful place, but the vibe is totally different this time. It's heavy. And yeah, he's about to get his explanation, but it is not what he was expecting. He sees the master, and all that frustration just comes pouring out. He basically asks him, why didn't you keep your promise? Why didn't you show me the signs? And it's coming from a place of just complete and total blindness to what he did all day. And right here, this is the twist. The whole story just flips. The gentle reply he gets reveals the truth. I did give you the heavenly path. 10 times I showed you the signs, but you did not want to see. Wow. The problem wasn't a lack of signs. It was his own lack of vision. And then the dots get connected for him, one by one. Remember when his father asked for help? That was a sign. That poor, thirsty cow? That was a sign. The chance to give bread to his hungry friend? A sign. The opportunity to be kind to his teacher? Another sign. Every single one was an invitation, a piece of the very path he was begging to see. So, the mystery solved. And now we get to the core lesson of the whole story. So what is this hidden path anyway? And here it is, the big reveal. The hidden path isn't some place you go to. It's not a destination. The path is today. It's this very day that we've been given, and what we choose to do with it. Every little opportunity to help, to be of service, to be kind. The story says that's a sign of God's trust in us. It's a test, hidden in the most ordinary parts of our day. And the story makes the choice really clear. You can take those opportunities to be useful, and that's how you walk upward, how you grow. Or you can dodge them, and you just end up stuck, fighting what the story calls these dangerous monsters of laziness and evil. It's a pretty stark choice when you think about it. But you know what's beautiful? The story doesn't end with him being condemned. As the dream fades and he's waking up, full of regret, the last thing he hears isn't judgment. It's grace. It's this hopeful message, I will wait for you tomorrow. He blew it today, for sure. But tomorrow's a brand new start, a whole new path. And that really leaves us with something to think about, doesn't it? Leonardo was so busy looking for a giant miracle that he missed all the small ones that really mattered. So the question for all of us is, in our own crazy, busy lives, in that request from a coworker, the needs of our family, or the stranger we pass on the street, where is our hidden path today?